Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a fascinating and essential topic for everyone who cares about their health: salt and water. We'll also explore valuable insights from Barbara O'Neill on how these two simple yet powerful elements influence our bodies and overall well-being. As we grow older, paying attention to what we consume and how it impacts our health becomes increasingly important. Salt and water are not just basic necessities. They play a crucial role in keeping our bodies functioning at their best. From regulating blood pressure and supporting proper hydration to ensuring that our cells operate efficiently, these two elements are at the core of our health. Think about how refreshing it feels to breathe in clean, fresh air. Maintaining the right balance of salt and staying adequately hydrated can have a similarly rejuvenating effect on your body. It's not just about survival, it's about enhancing your overall quality of life. In this video, we'll uncover why finding that perfect balance between salt intake and hydration is so beneficial and how you can apply this knowledge to improve your daily routine. And don't forget, at the end of the video, Barbara O'Neill will share an amazing tip on how to make the most of your daily water intake. So be sure to stick around until the end so you don't miss out.
A man said to me, "Everyone tells me to drink water. You told me why." So let me tell you why. So let's have a look at water loss in a day. So from the kidneys, now please bear with me here because I'm an Australian. So I'm going to say litre, but I think you realise in the US a quart is the same as the litre. So from the kidneys, we have 1.5 litre loss in a day. From the colon, we have 0.3 of a litre loss in the day. From the lungs, we have a 0.2 of a litre loss. And what's a surprise to most is from the skin, we have a 0.5 of a litre loss. So that's 2.5 litre loss, so litre loss in a 24-hour period. We need to be replacing 2 litres or 2 quarts of water. Well, what about the other? Well, in our magnificent breakfast this morning, we had water coming in through our mango, through our grapefruit, so you see your fruits and vegetables also supply some fluid, but we need to have at least 2 litres of pure water a day. So here's the rule of thumb. So 50 pound body weight to 1, well, I'll say quart for your sake, for 1 quart or 1 litre. So that means if someone is 100 pound, they should be having 2 quarts a day. And I guess someone gets very concerned if they're 200 pound. Does that mean I've got to drink 3 quarts a day? Well, that's a good incentive for weight loss. And if someone's only drinking 2 glasses of water a day and they're 200 pound, they can get very discouraged at that news. So you know what I say, Rome wasn't built in a day. You just start little by little by little to drink more. But it's a good rule of thumb for children because children need water. And you watch, a child gets up in the morning, runs around and plays for a while, sit down for breakfast. What's the first thing they want to do straight after breakfast? Water. Because they sat to eat dehydrated. Same with the adults. How many adults get up in the morning, first thing they have is, say, orange juice and a cup of coffee. Isn't that the traditional breakfast fluids? And what are they doing when they have their orange juice and their cup of coffee? They're thirsty, they're trying to hydrate, but neither will hydrate them. How clean would your body be if you washed it in orange juice? How clean would your body be if you washed it in a cup of coffee? Water and water alone will supply what the body needs.
Water is essential for maintaining the body's vital functions. Beyond providing hydration, water plays a critical role in regulating body temperature, aiding digestion, and enhancing nutrient absorption. However, our bodies lose water daily through processes like urination, breathing, and sweating, emphasizing the importance of regular water intake. While fruits and vegetables contribute to daily fluid needs, the water content from these sources alone is often insufficient to ensure optimal hydration. That's why a simple rule of thumb applies. For every 50 pounds, about 22.7 kilograms of body weight, aim to drink at least 1 liter of water per day. This guideline ensures that basic hydration needs are met, adjusted to match individual weight and activity levels. For example, someone weighing 100 pounds, 45.4 kilograms, should aim for 2 liters of water daily, while a person weighing 200 pounds, 90.7 kilograms, might need to drink at least 3 liters. Of course, individual variations in environmental factors like climate or physical activity can also impact water needs. Always pay attention to your body and make hydration a priority for your overall health.
Now, when you look at that, I think you'd agree with me, the nation's dehydrated. And Dr. B's book, one of the body's many cries for water, it actually explains why all of these ailments are happening. The other title to his book is, he's not sick, he's thirsty. The other title to his book is, subtitle, don't treat thirst with medications. Because when you do take medications, what does that do to your hydration status? Lessens it even more. I know as a psychiatric nurse, you'd be talking to the patients and you can tell their mouth is dry by the way they're talking. So what do? Oh, Coke, coffee. Is that helping? Not at all. In fact, it's contributing to the fact that they're still in the psychiatric hospital, because our brain is 85% water. From the neck down, we're 75% water. Our brain is a hydroelectric system. No hydro, no electricity. A person can actually develop negative thought patterns in a dehydrated brain. And most people know that their headache possibly is due to dehydration. My husband rang me one day, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. He was driving. He said, I don't know what's the matter with me. I've got a migraine. I can hardly drive. So you know what my first question always is? How much water have you drank? And he went, oh dear. He said, I haven't drank any water since I woke up this morning. So he woke up in the morning and had water. He had breakfast. Must have got busy, had lunch, and now we are 3 in the afternoon. He is chronically dehydrated. So I said to him, please don't drink a whole glass of water. Please just have half a glass of water. A few minutes later, another half glass of water. A few minutes later, let it little by little go in. He said after the first glass, the migraine went to a headache. And after the second glass, the headache went to a dull ache. And after the third glass, he had no headache. Now, isn't it nice if you can resolve every headache just with water? But unfortunately, not every headache is just due to dehydration. But I like to use the process of elimination. Let's try water first. And Dr. Batman Geheldage in that jail was finding all these problems resolving just because he was giving water. In fact, when the politics changed and he was finally released, he said, look, do you mind if I stay? They've never had anyone say that before. He said, I'm right in the middle of this very interesting research. And he's presented at medical journals, he's presented at medical conferences, and out of all of those talks he gave, he's written the book, One of the Body's Many Cries for Water. But it's not a popular message, is it? You can't make a lot of money out of water.
In his book, Your Body's Many Cries for Water, Dr. B delivers a powerful message. Dehydration is a widespread issue with serious health consequences. It's alarming to think that a significant portion of the population might be suffering from negative health effects simply because they're not drinking enough water. The impact of dehydration goes beyond minor symptoms like headaches. It can deeply affect mental well-being, potentially leading to negative thought patterns or reduced focus and clarity. The takeaway from this book is clear. Staying adequately hydrated isn't just about preventing minor health problems. It's a critical step toward improving overall quality of life.
We have to go to the third most vital element needed for life, and that is sodium. The fourth most vital element needed for life is potassium. So let's go back to sodium. In nature, we find the highest amount of sodium in seawater. And seawater contains 92 minerals. Of those 92 minerals, 30%, approximately 30% is sodium. And of those 92 minerals, approximately 50% is chloride. Now, because sodium chloride take up the most amount, they're the first crystals formed when the water is evaporated. So what man does is he scoops up the first crystals formed, he bleaches them white, puts aluminium with it so that it runs freely, and there's your table salt. Table salt is a dangerous salt because we now have two very harsh minerals that if you were to inject both of those into the blood, you would die. There's two harsh minerals and they need all the other 90 to soften them and balance them. The highest concentration of mineral inside the cell is potassium. The highest concentration outside the cell is sodium. And in this bilayered membrane that is around every cell, there are sodium-potassium pumps. And these sodium-potassium pumps are ever going like this, maintaining the balance between potassium and sodium. But when someone's not eating enough fruits and vegetables, and that's where you get most of your potassium, and they're putting table salt on everything far too much, what happens now is sodium levels rise and potassium levels drop. There is a small amount of sodium in the cell, but when this happens, you see osmosis and diffusion happens when the highest concentration merges into the lowest. So now sodium levels inside the cell are rising, which they should not, and the cell swells. What's that called? High blood pressure.
Maintaining the delicate balance between sodium and potassium is essential for overall health. Sodium, primarily found in table salt and seawater, functions mainly outside the cells, while potassium, abundant in fruits and vegetables, dominates inside the cells. This distribution is carefully regulated by sodium-potassium pumps located in the cell membranes, ensuring proper cellular function. When diets lack potassium-rich foods and include excessive sodium from table salt, this balance can be disrupted. Excess sodium builds up inside the cells, causing them to swell, a phenomenon directly linked to high blood pressure or hypertension. This highlights the importance of a balanced diet that incorporates potassium-rich foods like leafy greens, bananas, and potatoes. These foods not only supply essential potassium, but also counteract the blood pressure-raising effects of sodium, promoting better health and well-being.
Remember Dr. B? He cured 3,000 cases of stomach ulcer just with water. Just with water. How simple is that? So simple. So this man has been all over the world trying to get help, and then he came to a health retreat in the hills in Victoria and learnt the conditions to give his stomach for healing. So we come down the gastrointestinal tract and we come to the pancreas. Here's the pancreas. And the pancreas releases two hormones into the blood, and it also releases hormones into the gut. Or enzymes into the gut, hormones into the blood. What are the hormones going into the blood from the pancreas? It's insulin and glucagon. Both of these hormones require a large amount of water to be able to be made properly. So if someone's dehydrated, can you see that can contribute to diabetes? From the gut, they're great big long names, so I'm just going to give you, there's about 4 enzymes that are released to finalise the digestion of our food. These enzymes, there's one enzyme that finalises starch digestion, there's another enzyme that finalises fat digestion, and that's your polyunsaturated, because remember your saturated is broken down under the tongue, the enzyme under the tongue. And there are two enzymes that finalise protein digestion, and that's why when someone has pancreatic cancer, they often die very quickly and they die of malnutrition because the pancreas can't release those enzymes to finalise digestion. And if digestion is not finalised, the food can't get out of the gut and into the blood. So let's keep going down the gastrointestinal tract and look at the effect of water. So moving on down the gastrointestinal tract, we come to the colon. And one of the main functions of the colon is to take water out so stools are formed. If a person is dehydrated, more water gets taken out than should be taken out, so we're left with rabbit pellets and cement. So constipation can be a result of dehydration.
Continuing our exploration of the digestive system, we arrive at the pancreas, an organ with a dual role that is vital for our health. The pancreas produces essential hormones like insulin and glucagon to regulate blood sugar levels, as well as digestive enzymes. However, this process heavily depends on adequate hydration. When the body is dehydrated, hormone and enzyme production can be disrupted, potentially leading to diabetes or worsening existing conditions. The four main digestive enzymes include amylase, which breaks down carbohydrates, lipase, which breaks down fats, and protease, which breaks down proteins. In severe conditions like pancreatic cancer, the pancreas may fail to produce sufficient enzymes, causing significant disruptions in digestion. This prevents nutrients from being absorbed into the bloodstream, leading to malnutrition and rapid health decline. As we move to the colon, its primary function becomes evident, absorbing water from stool to help maintain the body's hydration balance. However, when the body is dehydrated, the colon extracts even more water, leading to harder stools and resulting in constipation. This underscores the importance of staying properly hydrated to support digestive health and overall well-being.
But I prefer the Celtic salt, and one reason is that the Celtic salt has 3 magnesiums. It contains magnesium chloride and magnesium bromide and magnesium sulfate. Magnesium is a water-hungry molecule, and this explains why the Celtic salt is such a moist salt, especially when we've had a lot of rain, because those 3 magnesiums absorb the moisture. And because magnesium is a water-hungry molecule, it can be used to help the water get into the cell. So when you take a crystal of Celtic salt, put it on your tongue, and some say, how big's a crystal? Well, if you've got high blood pressure, start small, about the size of a sesame seed. I don't have high blood pressure, so I might have about 3 times little sesame seeds. Put it on your tongue, your mucous membranes start absorbing the minerals. The magnesium is taken to the cell membrane, and you drink your water, and that magnesium pulls that water inside the cell. It's the quickest way to hydrate a body. The only time excess water drinking can be dangerous is if people drink too much at once and don't have the minerals that are in the Celtic salt to pull that water inside the cell. I've had people complain to me, they say, I'm drinking more water now, and now I'm going to the bathroom all day. So I say, are you having the salt? Have a little crystal before every glass of water. And ideally, we should be having approximately 8 glasses of water a day. And then I say to them, and don't drink a whole glass at once. I think I mentioned earlier, I drink half a glass as soon as I get up. I go to the bathroom, I drink another half glass. Then I get dressed and have another half glass. But when I start every glass, I have that little bit of salt. So you spread the water over the day.
Celtic salt stands out not only for its rich magnesium content, but also for its holistic approach to hydration and mineral balance. It contains forms of magnesium such as magnesium chloride, magnesium bromide, and magnesium sulfate, along with essential trace elements that support cellular function and regulate hydration. These minerals not only enhance the salt's flavor, but also play a critical role in maintaining electrolyte balance, ensuring the body performs at its best. One unique benefit of Celtic salt is its ability to optimize hydration. By placing a small crystal on your tongue, you activate a process where the mucous membranes absorb essential minerals directly into the bloodstream. This simple method helps prepare your body to absorb water more efficiently, ensuring hydration reaches the cellular level quickly and effectively. I'm truly grateful to have you here today as we explore the importance of water together. Remember, the path to a healthier body offers long-term benefits, but requires meaningful lifestyle changes, no matter how small. I encourage you to take what you've learned from this discussion and integrate it into your daily routine. Even the smallest adjustments can lead to significant improvements over time. And don't forget, I'm always here if you have questions or wish to share your experiences. Feel free to connect with me anytime. Wishing you the very best in health and happiness, and hoping your journey toward a healthier and more fulfilled version of yourself is filled with joy and success.